Just this past Sunday, June 7th, Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer decided to racially attack a black family who was having a family reunion. Jeffrey decides to drive past the family while they're having their event, yell out racial slurs to the family, calling them the N-word. As you see, he's hanging out the window, yelling out racial slurs, and there's another person with him who's driving. The family ignores him, because obviously they noticed he was trying to get a reaction. Jeffrey then decides to come back around and yell out some more racial slurs to the family. Once again, no reaction. The family called the sheriff's office to let them know what's going on. 5 minutes later, Jeffrey returns in body armor with an AR-15, decides to pew-pew at the family. You've seen in the video the family was distraught, ranging from age 5 all the way up to elders, running from their lives from this maniac. As they were doing that, there was one person, Green, a Marine veteran, who decided to take it upon himself to defend the family and start pew-pewing back at Jeffrey, just to hold him off while the family retrieved safety. One person ended up getting shot, and the police finally arrived to arrest Jeffrey. And guess what the fuck they decide to charge him with? Aggravated assault. Not attempt murder on multiple occasions, aggravated assault. And this news is not worldwide. Had this been a white family being attacked by a black man, this shit would have been national. Worldwide, all over the news. But you telling me such mass shooting like this isn't getting the news coverage? This is very fucking sick and very fucking evil. And this is the shit that black people have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I am totally fucking distraught. And I know that family is having so much trauma behind this. Hopefully they get the justice they deserve. And Jeffrey never see the fucking light of day. Help me spread this message to spread awareness and so that we can get justice for the family as they deserve.
Charge him with a hate crime and get him out of society. This is Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer, and on June 7th, a family of black people were having a family reunion, and at about 9 p.m., they were celebrating a grandmother in that family at the end of that reunion. And I also want you to know that there were at least 20 children present at this family reunion. Well, this man decided to drive by, and according to the family, and allegedly, he was hanging out the window yelling racial slurs, including the N-word. So this family called the Lee County Sheriff's Office to say, hey, there's some guy riding by our family reunion yelling racial slurs at us. Can you do something about this? But then 5 minutes later, this Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer came back. And according to the family, and allegedly, this time he was wearing body armor and he had an AR-15 style rifle. So the family started running after they saw that weapon and he opened fire. Now, thank God, one of the family members that was there, Ramel Green, was a Marine veteran and he was armed, so he defended his family and shot back. The only person shot, thank God, was Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer. He was hit, he was taken to the hospital, and then he was arrested and taken to jail. What do you think he was charged with? 1 count of aggravated assault. 1 count of aggravated assault for allegedly riding past a family having a reunion, yelling racial slurs at them, and then coming back in body armor with an AR-15 and opening fire, aggravated assault. And you know how much he got out on for bond 2 days later on June 9th? $5,000. The family wants more serious charges, and anyone who doesn't is disgusting. The sheriff's office said it is likely that more charges will come when you put this man back into that community 2 days after this happened on a $5,000 bond. That is absolutely inexcusable. And it tells the next person, the next alleged disgusting racist idiot, that they can do something like this. And they can get out 2 days later on a $5,000 bond with 1 charge of aggravated assault. This is beyond disturbing, inexcusable. I am sickened. Let me know your thoughts on this. I will keep you updated, and hopefully, I am telling you very soon that he has been charged with not only more serious charges, but hate crimes. Because what else could be a hate crime besides what is being alleged here? He is the fire chief. This just keeps getting worse and worse. Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer has only been charged with one count of aggravated assault after he allegedly drove past a family reunion in Leesburg, Georgia, screaming out racial slurs. And then he returned 5 minutes later wearing body armor and with an AR-15 style rifle and started shooting at the people present at that reunion. And the people present included children. He is facing one count of aggravated assault, and he's already been let out on a $5,000 bond. I started getting comments from people saying that he was the fire chief, and while a lot of articles are not mentioning that part, I did some digging and I found this from Robins Air Force Base, which lists Jeffrey Kinzer as the fire chief for 778 Civil Engineer Squadron. This all happened on June 7th, and by June 9th, Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer had been released on a $5,000 bond for that one count of aggravated assault. The family wants to see more serious charges, and so do many of us on the internet. How was this not attempted murder? How is there not a hate crime enhancement, considering that what is being alleged here is that he drove by yelling racial slurs, including the N-word, and this family did exactly what they should have done. They didn't even confront him in the beginning, which they would have had a right to do, but instead they called 911 to report someone riding by yelling racial things. And then before help could even arrive, 5 minutes later, that's when he allegedly showed up in that body armor and with a rifle and began shooting. Now, thank God, one of the family members present, Ramel Green, is a Marine veteran, and he was armed that day. So he opened fire back at the man who was, in my opinion, attempting to murder members of this family. Now, thank God, the only person hit by that gunfire was the suspect, Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer. So he was taken to the hospital, taken to jail, and then released. And we are hearing that there may be more charges that will come, more serious charges. It is now June 15th. So what are we waiting on? Where's an attempted murder charge? Where are multiple charges? Where is the hate crime enhancement? This is absolutely infuriating. Let me know your thoughts and I will continue.
Hi guys, welcome you back all again to my YouTube channel. If you just seen my video for the very first time, please do it to like, share, and comment. And most importantly, please subscribe for me. Guys, I just lack words to say. I just lack words to say. Like in a gathering where people are celebrating, like as family, a man from nowhere just came and started shooting. Guys, I'm going to add some clips to this video. Please do it to watch. I will come back with some commentaries. Guys, I'm not happy at all. Like, black people are really going through a lot. They are really going through a lot. Guys, I'll be back.
You remember the guy that drove by shouting the racial slurs at the black family at their family reunion, and then came back with the AR-15 style rifle to shoot him up? Jeffrey Kinzer, Tyler Kinzer. He is a fire chief at Robins Air Base in Warner Robins, Georgia. So I would hope that he is going to read next that he's an ex-fire chief. Could you imagine somebody like that being in charge of saving somebody's black life when he came by there calling them niggers and then came back to shoot up with kids and elderly people out there? And it didn't matter what their age limit was, but the fact that he did it. And now it's coming out that allegedly the wife, Jessalyn Kinzer, was the driver when he came back. So she worked at a hospital, but she resigned. And I'm pretty sure because they found out her identity. He was only given, again, y'all, a $5,000 bond and then bonded out. So allegedly it's coming out now that the reason he got that is because he's friend with the local politicians, and probably because of the fact that he's a fire chief, of course. He's got connections and he's friends with the DA. And the family said that when they went to the hospital, they only had one officer on guard. And when the Brown family questioned, like, why is there only, one guard? They said, that Usually they're not captured, so that's all that was needed. And then he was released. They said that they were being treated like they were the suspects instead of the victims. And I'm like, typical for something like this happen. But I could not even imagine, y'all, being that irate, being even that scared, just being happy again that Ramel Green was there in order to fire back and shoot Jeffrey in the face, because you know it would have been a widespread deaths. And the fact that they didn't even they just charged this dude with an aggravated assault, y'all, and released it. So, of course, the family is pushing for hate crimes and everything. Like I said, I hope they get somebody that really makes it so that it goes for every single person there, because it will compile. You know, it's more than just, don't put them together like cumulatively together, but separate those charges for everybody that was there whose life was in danger. That way he can get more years, even if they want to come back and try to give him these little minor infractions or whatever like that. No, they're not going to be able to be dismissive of it. But I really hope that family really recovers from that, because just the emotional and psychological turmoil of it all, and then to see it being treated so callously after, as if their lives didn't matter, when they know doggone well that if it had been in reverse, those people would still be outside that jail protesting and calling for them to hang them by a doggone noose. So it just infuriates me so badly to just see that it's always us, y'all, fighting through these injustices. They don't ever want to treat crimes like us like it matter, because they really don't think we matter.
Why is there not more national conversation about the black family reunion in Georgia that got shot up? This country only knows how to panic about terrorism when it can attach that term to everybody except the people who keep proving that they are one of the biggest threats to public safety. Now, according to witnesses, this family was outside celebrating the reunion. Then a white man drives by yelling racial slurs. He leaves, comes back wearing body armor, carrying an AR, and starts shooting. That black family was doing one of the most ordinary and beautiful things black people do. They gathered, they was celebrating family, they was loving each other. Nothing that deserved them getting shot at. And the only reason we not talking about a massacre, tragedy type situation is because one of the family members was a Marine veteran and he started busting back. So I guess America needs to be reminded, when a racist pulls up to a black family reunion with body armor and a rifle and start shooting, that is domestic terrorism. But folks are hella quiet. This ain't getting nowhere the amount of attention it deserves. The same people who call protesters and college students a national security threat suddenly can't find the words to call out real terrorism when it happens. And we shouldn't be surprised that them people don't call this terrorism. Remember, the FBI and DHS have already warned us about racially motivated violent extremists being the greatest threat to domestic safety. But the Trump administration has been scaling back domestic terrorism efforts that target white supremacist violence, redirecting law enforcement resources towards immigration, weakening the system that tracks white supremacist threats. Now, if a black man with body armor and an AR rifle opened fire near a white family reunion after yelling racial slurs, nobody would be questioning whether this was terrorism. It would be wall-to-wall media coverage. It would be congressional hearings. But when the violence is anti-black, America tries to shrink it into a local crime story. This family reunion should have ended with hugs, plates covered in foil, kids running around. Instead, it ended with black people diving under cars because a racist allegedly decided that that black joy, that black family, was a target.
The video of that racist white man shooting an AR-15 towards a black family reunion is crazy. Like, that was actually insane. And I guess what ended up happening is that this racist white man was driving his car past this black family reunion and was literally being racist towards the black family, and they were disregarding him. They were basically not giving it any attention and not, making it anything bigger than what it was. They were just like, okay, whatever, like, that man's racist, like, whatever, let him go be weird somewhere else. So that man leaves and then comes back with a bulletproof vest and an AR-15 and then proceeds to start shooting the AR-15 at these black family members that are literally celebrating their black family reunion. And this is actually becoming so crazy. But I feel like the reason why all of this racism is ramping up in such an extreme way right now is because we're about to reach the boiling point of something. We're about to reach the shift of something, and clearly, literally, everything is about to change. That's truly how I feel. And I feel like, honestly, it really has to deal with the white supremacist way of thinking. And I feel like right now, racist people are quite literally scrambling and like freaking out because they feel like they're losing control over black people and control over black people's emotions and fears, and them having the ability to literally rile up black people so much by causing things purposely in order to get black people in the streets to then create whatever narrative about black people that they want to create. Like, I feel like that's why this is all ramping up. That's why it seems so back to back. That's why it feels like the government is literally using reactive abuse towards African Americans. That's why all of this seems to be going down. But it's just so crazy because in that video, I had no idea what was going on at first. But then once I got all of the information, I was actually so shook, because what do you mean this man literally drove by this black family that was celebrating a reunion and gathering with family and was being racist, and then once he didn't get the reaction that he wanted, which was for black people to become upset visibly and angry visibly, then he decided to go back to his house and get a vest and then literally bring a gun to the situation and try to basically unalive the black family. I truly believe this is happening because racist people feel that they're losing their control over black people and black people's energy and all of that. Like, something is up. Something's happening, and I believe it's a shift. I feel like some contract is over, the destiny swap, whatever is over. Like, whatever it is, it's done. And I feel like that's why all of this racism is...
I want to ask a question that I'm so confused. Like, what did this family do to Jeffrey? What did they do to him to deserve such wicked acts? Like, I call that a very, very wicked act. Like, you just come from nowhere. Like, you see, like most of the videos I've been watching about this racism of a thing, you see a black person like minding his or her business. They're okay. Do they invite you to that party? Were you invited to that party? You just went there to create a scene in a family reunion. That's so bad, and it's so awful. Like, you went there to go open fire for people that literally did nothing to you. People that don't even probably they don't even know you from anywhere. All because of their skin color. Yes. Because if it's the other people will that is your people, will you do that to them? If they are to be your people celebrating their family reunion, will you do that to them? The blacks always mind their businesses. Like, you guys should go as far as pushing them. You see this thing that happened? If it's to be the other way around, like if it's to be the other way around, the legal action they are going to take, will be times 10 of the action they gave Jeffrey. If it's to be a black person that makes this attempt to the other white to the other people, the legal action will be triple. I don't know why. I don't know why you guys have that character and that wicked mentality for people that did nothing to you. Now, when the blacks retaliate, probably when they retaliate now, you people will start saying it's not self-defense. We've seen a lot of cases whereby the other people would do something to the black people, would like go look for the trouble, then the black would try to retaliate, then the case will be a different case. But when it's the other people when the other people did something to the black people, the case is always the way you guys are treating blacks almost is not good. They are also human. They deserve to be treated as one. They deserve to be treated right. They are not animals. They are human beings. Okay, there are a lot of kids at that event. There are a lot of kids at that event. I know a lot of people will probably be injured from that event. You just start opening fire for no reason. For people that did nothing to you. They did nothing to you. They were just celebrating. Is it a crime? Is it a crime to celebrate in their own community? They are in their community celebrating, and you came from your own community to cause trouble. Like, I'm so pained. I'm very, very pained. I watched that video. I was sharing tears. I was like, what's this? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please, to all of you that subscribe for me, super thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for your comments, your likes, and your engagement. I'm really grateful, and I'm not taking you guys for granted. Thank you so much. Please do to like, share, comment, and please, I beg you in the name of God, subscribe for me. Subscribe for your girl Keys. And this video is not to hurt anybody. It's just my own personal opinion. And big up to you guys. I love you all. Thank you. And credit to the rightful owners of the clips I added to my video. Thank you so much. I love you all.